here today for this forum to ask questions and listen to all the candidates and all their points of view. That is not getting the word out, and as far as getting people to meetings to be able to hear what's going on and ask questions. What would you do differently to get more people to come to this meeting? What would you do differently to get them to come to any of the board meetings or other meetings that would relate to the board?
Let me try to repeat that, help me, Gail. I think the question is, what would you do differently than what's being done now to get members involved in meetings like this, or to get members involved in the board of directors meeting? Is that a fair statement?
Yes, because we 1,300 members, we don't have a very good showing, and I think the word was out there for their invitation to be
okay. Well, let's start down on that end again where the mic is. With Ms. Carver.
I think that somewhat goes back a little bit to my last answer. I think that short email blasts, and I think that emails often, telling members when the meetings are. I know that they can find it, however, I think they have to go places to find that information, and I would like to, if it were me, I would like to just get date, time, place, a short synopsis of what it is, be there and attend, and I think that it would encourage. I think members would be more encouraged if they, number one, if they can plan it. If they can plan it in their time, if I've been told 3 weeks prior, it doesn't help me any. I want to know right before, a couple of days before, and I think people are willing to plan their time if they have the ability to quickly glance at information and make their decisions on their day.
I don't know about you, but for me, I think that the little email blurbs I get about the MLS meetings that are upcoming, it gives me the date, the time, the place, and who the speaker is. Maybe something similar to that, where we have that information, but also maybe a little blurb about the issues that are up to be discussed or taken care of.
Getting people involved is a never-ending challenge. It's very apparent from the turnout here that you care. Not that others don't, but they may have conflicts. What I'd recommend is we get the word out at every marketing meeting, every board meeting. I'd also like to see the committee meetings if people would like to attend as guests. In addition to that, what I would personally like to see would be our PAAR staff get the word out, both market talk and member talk, starting 7 days in advance, a reminder of 4, a reminder of 1, so that people can calendar these events. That's probably the best we're going to do given with what we have to work with.
I think you have to get to the motivation. You have to make sure people understand why it's important to them to attend. So it's clear communication, but also getting at why this is important to them and what this means to their business and their profession.
One way you can get a lot more people to attend would be to have things go wrong. If everything's going right, there's not a whole lot of need for people to show up at meetings. So, if the board really did a bad job, I'm sure there'd be a lot more attendance. We should certainly make it open to everybody to come to meetings, to see what's going on. We should publicize, like people say. I think it's a great idea. But the board should be responsive to the things that you ask for, whether you come to the meeting or not.
What I do with all my organizations in the nonprofit world is that I publish a full year of every meeting so that they can do the same thing that I do, is to put it into my calendar to make sure that we know what day that meeting is. If it's Wednesday at 2:30 every Wednesday or every other Wednesday, then they know. Remember, requisition, we want to make sure that they know when you're going to meet so that they can get to that meeting. Now, 1,300, if we ever got them all right there at one time, we're But the thing is, if we can get a good percentage of them, they're going to be your salesmen to the other people. I went to the meeting, I found out. So I believe getting back to the members, how and when, and then, as everybody said here, communicate to them what we're going to do and what we're going to talk about. Let them make the decision that that Wednesday at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock or whatever, I'm going to be at that meeting. It takes a while, but we've trained that committee of mine on the United Way, haven't they? They know exactly what day every month that there's one meeting. So just train them.
My question is about your time commitment. I've been to community events, real estate events, market meetings, and we're lucky we have 1 or 2 board members. So I'd like to know if we vote for you guys, if you're going to show up, because that's important to the members.